International student recruitment isn't just about visas or numbers or money. It's about humans making life changing decisions with the help of other humans, and their work often goes unnoticed. We are here to bring those humans into the spotlight at Dreammakers. And today I'm with Marvin Manalo from CIC International in Davao City. Hello, Marvin.
Hi, Mark. Good day to you.
How are you today?
I'm all good, and
Mm.
thanks for having me. It's my pleasure to be here in your
It's
show.
always good. It's always good meeting you. We met a couple times already online and in person, and it's always fun
Yeah,
talking to you. So
yeah,
let's
you
make it
too.
fun today as well.
Okay, let's chill.
So before we start properly, give me your one sentence hook. What is the biggest thing people misunderstand about student recruitment in 2026?
Misinformed, Mark. They are misinformed. If they think that it's the end of the line, no, it's not. And that's why we're here because we want to educate them of
Okay,
what's going on.
that's part of our job, right?
Yes, it is.
So in 1 minute, can you tell me who you are and what is CIC International?
Well, first of all, allow me to introduce myself. As you said, yeah, my name is Marvin Manalo, and I'm the senior consultant, CEO of CIC International, Davao, and we have been here for the last 29 years. Actually, this coming September 15th, CIC Davao will be celebrating its 29th year. And as I can clearly recall, this August 1 is going to be my 27th year in the industry. So that is something to be proud of. But the entire CIC organization has been in the industry for more than 35 years. So we've helped more than 70,000 Filipinos secure their visas through the permanent resident immigration program, career growth, and study pathways. And we are looking to help more Filipinos, more
Mm,
clients to succeed
20,
in life.
27 years already. It seems okay. You're stuck now there, I guess. There's
I
no
will
way
end up
back
here.
anymore.
I am retiring here.
How old are you, if I may ask? You look
Oh,
very
come
young,
on,
so
man. I mean, 27 years, I guess that's more than half my age. Well, to be honest, I'm 52. I'm open to that.
52. Okay,
Yes,
you
I
don't
am.
look a day older than 51. So
Yes, but I'm fighting to stay young, stay in business, stay in shape because we have a lot of, good things looking forward to, still want to do.
okay. Like
Yeah.
what? What do you want to do?
Well, raising my children, I have four, and then to serve more clients, succeed in life, studying abroad.
Mm.
So if you do
Helping
good,
their
you stay
making their
fit,
dreams come true.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you said it right.
Mm. Okay, so 27 years. So what made you start doing this work, basically?
Well, we come a long way, Mark. When we started in the business, we started with immigration. So since the introduction of the point-based system to the what do you call this, modernization of the immigration system, and then to the launching of the express entry system. And if I can clearly recall, the first student we processed was in 2012, where you don't see any school reps in the Philippines, no education
Mm.
fairs, no ISEF. We already started processing student visas. But most of these cases are students who secured their acceptance alone. Then later on, when express entry became more difficult, then most of the Filipinos realized that there's another approach that they can consider, and that is the study visa pathway. So that is how we evolved in the industry. So
Okay.
from immigration now to study visa, but yeah, one good thing about us is we don't rely on students alone. We have other things that
Mm.
we can do. So yeah, despite the challenges in the industry, we still manage to sustain the
Okay, that's
business.
good. And then are you only sending students to Canada or are you sending them to other places as well?
Well, with what's going on, we are well aware that Canada has been facing challenges for more than 2 years now. And most people are discouraged, They think that Canada has closed its doors, but in fact, it's still wide open. So we are also considering other destinations like Europe. It's becoming more popular, and even Asia has becoming a popular destination for Filipinos.
Mm.
So yeah, we are willing to learn to cater these destinations, and it's only a matter of time. In fact, we already have cases filed for Europe, especially in Malta. So once we get
Malta.
these results, that could be a game changer.
I guess Malta is a nice midway for Filipinos, sort of the Spanish, similar culture maybe a little bit, and nice island life. So maybe Malta is a good choice. Yeah.
Yes, it is. But, one of the difficult part here is you need to get to know to, these destinations.
Mm.
Well, when you do Canada, even with your eyes closed, you can go from left to right. But with these new destinations, you have to familiarize everything. So for me, that's one challenge. Regardless of how long you are in the industry, learning never stops, and we are willing to learn.
Mm.
And with the help of this partners that we have, we appreciate their efforts in supporting us with other
That's
destinations.
good. I completely agree with you. We never stop learning. If it might be discouraging for the people, for the kids in school right now. They feel like, okay, if I finish with my school, I don't have to learn and study anymore. And then they realize the real studying starts after your school years, basically.
Exactly. I agree to that. Learning never stops. We have the mature students, we have the young students, but yeah, it's more of a passion, if you really want to learn a lot, regardless of age. And there's
I
time in
feel
your life that it just comes back to you.
mm,
So, yeah, if you're willing to learn, why not?
I feel nowadays is also has to do with survival. If we don't adapt and learn and new things, then we will not survive, or we will not maybe not succeed even in that survive is a little bit harsh, but succeed or maybe break the chains
Correct.
is my opinion. Yeah.
We can have the pandemic as a good example in terms of adopting and surviving. Okay, because when pandemic hit hard globally, everything think that the world stops, and everyone was scared. Everyone was staying at home. No one wants to go out because they're scared. It's COVID.
Mm,
But since we were able to adjust on how to, number one, generate the leads, continue to do the business, it was just a matter of time when we realized that, okay, despite what's going on, there is still business, even in pandemic. And I feel bad to those who wasn't able to adopt with the change because I've seen agencies folded during the pandemic, okay? And they never recovered. And
mm,
that is why Canada stood out among the rest of other countries. Because when all countries were shutting down their doors, Canada remains open. And if I can clearly recall, Mark, the first student we sent at the height of pandemic who flew to Canada, despite the difficulty in securing the flights and all, it was July or August in 2020. So she was able to secure a special flight from Philippine Airlines with limits on who are those allowed to take that flight. So when she successfully landed in Canada, she sent a video. She's in Toronto wearing a mask, and then it's like a
mm,
ghost town. You barely see people. Okay.
mm,
And then I told her, okay, can I ask permission if I can post this in social media? That was August of 2020. So when I
mm.
posted that video from this client in Toronto, man, it created the noise. Inquiries
Okay.
came in, leads coming in, and then they were surprised that there are still students allowed to enter Canada. And that is when it started to, people realize that those who dwell so much during the pandemic had lost their chance, an opportunity. But
Mm,
those who has the courage to make the tough decision in life during the pandemic, it was these people who became successful. And since then, it became a surge post-pandemic from 2021, 2022, and 2023. So for me,
mm.
that was the peak of the student recruitment post-pandemic.
Okay.
Because during pre-pandemic, we were doing left and right webinars with Rodel here in Davao City. So pre-pandemic was like the planting of these leads, okay, prospects. And during
Yeah.
pandemic, when it was quiet outside, secretly these people are processing the application. Then post-pandemic, results came in. So that was the biggest surge of international students. And then
Mm.
finally, the new policy came in early 2024, and that changed everything.
Yes. And now we're in a slump, so to say. I guess the whole industry is down.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Corona, COVID time, and that the whole world closed down. Well, since last week, it seems like World War III is on our doorstep. Are you worried about the effects of that, basically affecting the international student mobility industry?
Well, that is one thing that we can consider is a concern, geopolitical conflicts,
Mm,
because how do you expect these students to concentrate on their studies abroad when they see their home country being bombed, attacked by,
mm,
like for example, if you're a student from the Middle East, if you're a student from these affected countries, it will have a big impact to them. And that's going to slow the student recruitment, from my opinion.
Mm,
So this war is, what do you call it, crucial to the education industry for international students, and I hope it
mm.
will be resolved soon.
Yeah, for me, I don't see
Yeah.
the effects too much yet, except that the gas prices went through the roof here
Yes,
in Korea.
yes. Gas price is going up. So yeah,
Mm.
that's going to have
Anyway,
bad effect.
let's hope there is some sort of resolution soon. I don't know. The world seems like a dark place nowadays, but we gotta stay positive also. So,
Yeah,
mm.
that is
so
correct.
it's
Look at the positive side, staying positive. Yeah.
so you are located in Davao City. Are you only recruiting students from Davao City, or are you doing all of Philippines, or how does your target market look like?
We do recruit mostly from the Philippines, regardless if
Mm,
they're from here or outside Davao City, regardless of where they're from, we can cater clients. It's online now. That's the new era. If you have the right technology, stable
mm.
connection, you can serve clients regardless of their location. And we do also recruit students from overseas.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your second biggest market then, besides besides?
I consider Southeast Asia. We have clients in the Middle East, the OFWs, the engineers, the IT, the healthcare
Mm,
workers. We recruit students from Singapore, UAE it's a big country, and then even in UK we recruit students, but mostly are Filipinos.
okay,
Mostly
Filipinos in the UK.
Filipinos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Filipinos, the overseas Filipino workers. I'm referring to them. Not much on the other nationalities. Not much. It's
Okay.
more Filipinos. Yes.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And then, of course, Canada is your focus. And what is your second market where you send them to?
Europe could be
Then Malta.
the second market. Yeah, Malta, Spain. We also have
Mm,
prospects. Spain and New Zealand. It's also a good market. We're working with
okay.
other agents for New Zealand. We have these partnerships. And yes, we are promoting. In fact, recently we had a mini education fair where we
Mm,
invited institutions from different countries, aggregators. And last year was quite big because we invited 14 institutions. And for this year, September, we are preparing for a much bigger event because, again, that's for our 29th year anniversary
mm.
in Davao. So that is 6 months away from now, but we are preparing for that.
Okay. I hope it will be a nice anniversary. Especially,
Yeah.
and then you have to plan for the year 30. That should be like a really big party then.
Yes, that is next
Mm,
year.
mm,
30 years is, something to be proud of, Mark. I tell you. You last
mm,
in the industry that long. It gives you the recognition. The name CIC has been the most recognized immigration consulting firm in the Philippines. In fact, here in Davao City, I think we are the first consulting firms.
okay.
I mean, consulting firm, no? When we started, I don't see any competition, but now competition, they're everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, it's big business, right? $500
Yes,
billion
it is.
industry. So,
Yeah.
mm, okay. So every year not every year, every day you're working hard to send Filipinos abroad. So what is the hardest part of your day? What's hard in your work day to day?
Well, in sales, the hardest part is prospecting, generate leads.
Mm,
For me, it's challenging because I've seen how the industry has evolved in terms of lead generation. 20 years ago, when we do not have the social media, we do the traditional newspaper ad, crawling ads
mm,
on TV, radio, putting banners on the streets, in
mm,
offices, newspaper, flyers. We go office to office, telemarketing, and now it's social media. But then again, it's difficult to generate leads. That is why for us, we get our clients involved. Word of mouth is very powerful.
mm.
And we
Yeah,
stay
I agree.
connected with these people because they are our success and we are their success as well. So that is how we maintain the relationship with clients, even if they are in Canada. And to the majority, they still refer clients to us. And in return, we give referral fees. That is
Okay.
how we
Can you?
reward our clients. We have that
Okay.
program, referral
Hmm.
fees.
Can you share with us how much people get if they refer a client to you?
I can share with you after this.
Okay, must be a lot then. Okay, now.
No, it's not that much, but at least something for them to reward, for
Mm,
still continue recommending CIC. Because once you get this referral from clients who are already in Canada, students, workers, PR, not only the trust from these people, but the confidence from them in dealing with us. To me, that's very important.
Yeah, of course. The new generation, they don't believe in ads. They don't trust ads anymore, and they don't trust a couple of old guys to tell them where to go to study. Right. So they want to hear from like-minded people, their peers, and that's why they're searching on different kinds of social media. And for us, it's harder to reach these kind of people. So we need to find a new way to generate leads or to use that to our advantage, basically.
Exactly. And sometimes even social media can be deceiving.
Mm.
So it's different when you get close encounter with the person. So that is where you build the trust and confidence with your clients.
That is true. That is true. We even with all this technology nowadays, we shouldn't lose the human touch. So we need to
Exactly.
find
Human
the.
intervention. That's how you close the deal. That is where the signing up comes in. I mean, you
Mm,
can begin with all the technologies, all the AI tools, but in the end, it's human intervention. It's human trust.
yeah,
After all, yeah.
yeah. There's a nice synergy we can achieve with using technology the right way and then not losing our humanity, basically.
Correct. Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's about how you manage of how much you have on your plate. You can have so much on your plate, but if you can't handle it, you're just wasting the
Mm,
opportunity. So like us here in Davao, we don't have a big office. We are not a big group, number of people, we are not, but we only manage what we have on our plate. And to us, it's
mm.
very important.
Yeah, or else of course the quality will go down for every customer, and then they will not be happy, and they will also not refer new customers, of course. So
Exactly.
it's all about balance.
Correct. Balance. Balance. Yeah.
So to continue, what do students in the Philippines usually get wrong at the start of their journey of wanting to study abroad?
Okay. Number one is, what is their clear intention of going there? Is
Mm,
it really to study, or, make it an excuse and then work afterwards?
mm,
So we come up with a survey on that to really get their clear intention on how serious they want to study in Canada. First, you begin with how prepared the finances are. That's very
mm,
important. Okay. The academic credentials, the intention to study, the type of program, the institution. I mean, it's an
mm.
overall thing. So there must be a high scrutiny screening from the part of the agent to really see if this is a sincere student, you know,
Mm,
with all the intentions of, to study. And of course, you have to educate them if, how prepared are you? Okay. And if they decide in doing it, what problems they think they can solve afterwards, okay,
okay.
to succeed, you know, because
Mm,
they could have a good intention, but they don't foresee, okay, on how they can succeed. And that is
mm.
where we come into the picture, because we are not just consultants. We are not just CIC that process visas. We want to change lives, Mark. Okay.
That's a
And for
nice
us, it's
nice
very
way.
important. And that keeps us longer in the business, because that's how you get this long term commitment with clients. You don't visualize your business yourself 5, 10 years ahead of you. If you can visualize your business longer than you expected, then that is something else.
Hmm. I don't know. I have a different opinion about that. I used to think, okay, we should think long term, 5 years, 10 years. But especially nowadays, everything is changing so fast. It's like, is it necessary to think 5 years ahead right now? I think I should just look like 6 months ahead, maybe a year, and then need to reevaluate everything already. But
Okay,
with
you
kids, it's a
asked me
little
earlier
different.
how old I was, do I? And now I'm
Yes,
asking you, how old are you, Mark?
I am 35 years old.
35. So you still have a lot of things that you can do in life. At 35,
Mm,
15 years from now, you could be in a different industry, or you could be doing this or that. But I'm at 52. Well, maybe something because of age. We see things differently now. I mean, we are in two
mm,
separate generations. So, as I have said, 27 years in the industry, I could not think of anything else that I want to do.
mm.
And for me to be doing this until now, despite the challenges, the shakes out in the business, I feel blessed, that I'm still doing it now. Yeah.
That's definitely rare nowadays where people like stick it out for long in one
Yeah.
certain career or company even. And yeah, of course we are a different generation. Technically you could be my father. We look a little bit similar, I think. But yeah, it I of course I also think differently of what I thought when I was 18, and I think differently from what I thought when I was 30 already. But I don't know how far I should think ahead. With
I was
kids, of
like
course,
that.
I've.
Yeah, I was like that during my 20s. I always think what it feels like to be at 30. And when I hit 30, I ask again what it feels like to be 40. And now I'm 52. In a matter of time, I'll be senior citizen. I'll be senior
Soon.
in 8 years. So, yeah, life must go on. It is what it is, life must go on.
True. I always thought I had the motto as live fast, die young, but now I'm not sure I would think like that anymore. I just wanted to have fun while we're alive. Actually, I don't have a really positive view of the future of the world, basically, with everything that's going on. So I'm also at a point where it's like, okay, let's make the most of now. I think is also very important. So yeah, who knows how long we have, and life can end tomorrow technically. So why we shouldn't waste it either.
Exactly. Make the most of it every day.
Mm.
Let's always make the most of it every day.
So you can hear I'm quite worried, but what do parents usually worry about for when their kid goes to study abroad, and how do you handle that conversation?
That's a very good question, Mark, because from my experience, every time I encounter an inquiry, and then this inquiry is young, senior high grad, college grad. So what they ask is all about, how much would it cost? What is the suitable program for them? The type of university, the type of program.
Mm,
And for me, these are questions that, you know, you want to sit down and discuss with the parents because wherever the discussion leads you to, it's always the parents who decides and they're the ones spending for it. So it is very crucial if you get the entire family involved when you discuss. It's time consuming. It's going to cost you a lot of effort. You could be sitting down with these people for an hour or two, but I find it effective if you discuss with the family because most applicants, when they plan to go abroad, work, study, or immigrate, we always ask them, okay, is your family aware of your plans? When they say no, then we invite them, we encourage them. How about we do a discussion with the family?
mm,
Because after all, Filipinos are full of love, We have very tight culture that even the mature ones, they cannot even decide of going abroad or studying abroad without getting their family involved. So the
mm,
purpose of getting the family involved is, not only in terms of the money, the decision making. They must know of who will be benefiting from this decision for their children later on.
mm,
Because the bottom line here is not only they study in Canada, not only they work, but eventually they will settle to immigrate. And once they settle or become an immigrant, that is where the rest of the benefits comes in. And if you don't get that across with the parents, speaking of benefits, they might not appreciate the intention of their children. So
yeah.
it's not just a matter of securing that education, securing the Canadian work experience, okay? It's not just about being an immigrant, okay? But that is why Canada is known to be a top destination for immigration, for PR, because they have the most friendliest immigration pathways,
Mm,
okay?
mm.
So, yes, applicants, students must get everyone involved in the family. And when you do that, when you make it a practice, either virtual or in person, I tell
Mhm.
you, conversion rate is too high.
Too high? Can it be too high?
I mean, okay, let's say conversion will be good.
Mm,
Because when you talk to one client alone, the son, the daughter, or even the wife or the husband, when they go
mm.
home, they have to relay everything. And how do you
Which is not
expect them
possible.
to get across the message
Exactly.
to their family? So instead, bring them in, let's all sit down and let us do the presentation. And when you part ways with them, when they go home, all they do is think and decide for themselves. Are we going to do it or not?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's yeah, of course, very different from my culture where everything's really individualistic. But it's nice. I think it's yeah, cute in a way that it gets handled there. And then of course the whole family thinks about the future and the longer term. So that is I think is a good thing. So tell me about a case you're really proud of. Like one case, one person who went abroad for either studies or whatever, and then you are most proud of that case and why?
Too many to mention, Mark, when it comes to
Mm,
student success. Okay.
Mm.
But let me share a different scenario.
Okay.
Okay. And this is speaking of overcoming challenges. Okay. So we have students where they got refused 4 times of a visa.
Mm.
On the fifth application, she got approved. And then she went on, became successful in Canada. And this happened pre-pandemic. Now she's PR. So why do I call it a unique success? Because getting rejected 4 times, it's not a joke.
Mm.
And for this student to still have the desire, still continue and apply, that is something else. Because
I
nowadays,
agree.
when a student gets refused, they feel like it's the end of the road. It's over. But this student never stopped chasing that Canadian dream.
And she got
And
it.
yeah, I share this to my students, to our students, not only to motivate, but to inspire, because in the first place, approval is never promised to the applicant, just as becoming a PR is never promised. So they have
Mm.
to work their way, they have to transition. And sometimes
Mm.
these things do happen.
There is no success without struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a nice story.
on our part, as the consultant, it's a big challenge because no matter how big the efforts that you're put in to that work, once this
Mm.
application gets refused, you always go back to the drawing board.
Mm.
Scratch. Second, third, fourth refusal. Sometimes you can question yourself. What's wrong with us? I mean,
Mm.
that's a lot of challenge. Unlike if the applicant gets approved, take one, you can say, I'm really good. You know,
Mm.
we made it. But then again, that's part of learning. It never stops.
Yeah. Yeah, we also don't learn from winning all the time. We need some failures
Yes.
in order to learn. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So to maybe to hook in on that a little bit. So what do universities misunderstand about agents?
Okay. So, okay. For universities, what do they get wrong from us?
Yeah,
Okay.
about agencies or education counselors in general.
Well, my take on that is giving the right fit students to them.
Mm.
And on our part is the fallback there, or the downfall there is not properly screening students to
Mm.
apply to these universities. And that's going to give them the wrong impression.
Oh, so when agents screen the student wrongly and then they send them to a university, and because of that, universities judge agents wrongly or all agents wrongly? Is that what you're
Not
saying?
all, not all, because as we all know, universities has high admission requirements.
Mm.
And on the part of the agency, if you don't get the student accepted by the university, I mean, they can go back to us. Why
Mm.
why is my child or children not being accepted? I mean, what is lacking? What is the problem in terms of documents?
Mm.
So, of course, you need to provide to the student the accurate information
Of course.
from the university as far as requirements are concerned, academic requirements.
Okay. So we mentioned at the beginning that there's a lot of new policy changes, a lot of new rules that make student recruitment internationally way harder. What is one policy or rule you wish you could change because it would improve student outcome?
From our experience, Mark, most of the clients we encounter here are the mature students. Okay. So when I
Mm.
say mature students, these are the applicants that are wanting to study and then they have their families with them. So when they include the families, and then wanting the spouses to be under the open work permit, for example, for Canada, for me, that is where the challenge comes in. Because then again, it is not easy to get accepted into the master's program. Okay. And if that is there's one thing that I want to be changed, maybe that is one thing, one
Mm.
point in the policy. Because if you encounter students that are mostly families and do not understand that they could have a different approach in their application of not bringing in first the family, they will not understand that they will have higher chances.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Chances in terms of what? Visa approval, because they will be exposing or showing that they will have a strong family ties here. That's number one. But sometimes it's the applicant's part that it's difficult for them to understand why they would be doing that. Okay.
Mm.
Because what they want is we want to go there as a family. And now, why am I going there alone? What about my family, my spouse? So, on the part of the consultant, that is where you educate them. Okay. So, we understand your intention, but it would be difficult for now. So we can have a different approach for them. And if they
Mm.
agree, it will be easier for both of us.
Mm.
So again, going back to the policy, that if there is one thing that has to be changed, I think that's one area.
Okay.
Because when the first announcement came in January of 2024, um, that really hit hard the industry, the market,
Mm.
that area. And
So
that is
people were
where
not allowed to bring their also
they are allowed to bring in their families, but the spouses cannot work if the student
uh,
will not take the graduate programs, the master's program.
mm,
So, except if you encounter applicants that are single, they're not worried about that. This is not their concern. So this concerns the married ones who wants to bring in the family, the spouses,
okay.
of course.
Yeah. Ah, very clear. I didn't know that. So that's I learned something today. See, we never stop learning. Okay. And then what does a win look like for CIC International in 2026? What would make this year a win for you?
Well, as I have said, the fact that we are still doing this, the
Mm.
fact that we are still conducting events, get the chance to still talk to clients, file cases, get signups. For me, that's already a win. 2026, we are confident, we are positive that this year will be better for us.
Well, for
And
me, you
yeah, and yeah, we are looking to do more events, for this year.
mm,
Yeah, in
mm.
collaboration with partner schools, their platforms, and we
Well,
want to make 2026 a productive year.
for me, it started already really productive. And in my eyes, you are already a winner because the viewers might not know this yet. But Marvin is piloting our new software called Dreammakers Enterprise. As you heard earlier, everybody is struggling with leads. And with Dreammakers Enterprise, you can turn all your current clients, old clients, sub agents, and micro influencers in lead generators for you by having your own influencer creator platform, basically. So all your old students and current clients and maybe people around you or your sub agents can make content for you, which will generate leads towards you. If that sounds interesting to you, just send me a message and we can talk more. Marvin is one of the lucky first ones that can pilot it with us. And are you happy so far with it, Marvin?
Oh, yes, I am. I am now.
Mm. Okay, let's not spill too many secrets to the viewers. If they want to know more, they have to reach out to me or to you. Where can people find you if they want to reach out to you?
Yeah, social media. We have our FB page, website, CIC, Instagram. I don't know TikTok, Mark.
Me neither. And we will put all your contact information in the YouTube video description, so people will be able to reach out to you. Maybe there's a lot of people from the Philippines watching who's thinking now, oh, I want to study abroad and I want Marvin to help me. Then just reach out to Marvin, and I'm sure he will help you and make 2026 a great year for them too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
great year for us. Great year for us.
Okay. Well, Marvin, then I want to thank you a lot for coming on here today. I was very happy to see you again, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yes, Mark. Again, thank you for
Mm,
having me. Pleasure. It's mine. And
mm,
yeah, hope to see you again, virtually and
yeah.
personally. Again,
I'll probably, I have a feeling I will go to the Philippines again soon, so I'm sure we can meet.
I can't remember what month was that last year when, we had that demo at Fairmont. Was it middle of last year?
Was it November or October
I think so.
or
Yeah.
earlier even? I don't
That was
remember
earlier,
anymore.
I guess. That was
It was
earlier.
rainy. It was very rainy weather. I don't know what's the rainy season in.
Speaking of the rain, yeah, you and Rodel, you
Mm.
went for a walk and you thought that it was just near, but yeah, took you minutes to get there
True.
after that
Because of
dinner we had.
Oh yeah, I remember. Because of that trip, I keep hearing this song. It's raining in Manila. And I keep listening to it on like almost a daily basis, at least once a week. So because of that trip, I remember. Yeah. Anyway, thanks again. I'll see you again soon. And
Yes,
yeah,
Mark.
people.
Thank you,
So
Mark, thank you for inviting. Yeah,
mhm,
appreciate, man.
anytime. So this is Dreammakers, the human stories behind student recruitment. See you on the next one.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
good.